Guys, it's Sarah and today's Book List Thursday. This is a video series I do with my friend Lindsay over at Lindsay's Little Library. And every Thursday we bring you a list of books that we want to talk about that week based on a topic or a genre or whatever it is we feel like doing. This week we are doing a follow-up for our 5-star predictions. A couple months ago, we did 5-star predictions for 5 different books, gave ourselves about 3 months to read them, and now it is time to revisit that and let you know if we did in fact give those books 5 stars. The first one that I predicted I would give 5 stars is Furyborne by Claire Legrand. And oh boy, did I give this 5 stars. This is actually my most recent read. I just finished this book and I loved it. I loved it. It did take me a little bit of time to get used to the world because this is the first book in a fantasy series. So everything is completely made up and it's following 2 different queens and they're 1,000 years apart. So one is set 1,000 years in the past and then one is set more in modern-ish times, but it's still fantasy, so it's still all completely made up. But that's the time span that this follows. And you're going back and forth between the 2 points of view. And one of them is Raelle, and she's the one that's 1,000 years in the past. And then the newer one is Eliana. And I loved both perspectives. I kind of liked Raelle a little bit more as far as the enjoyment of reading those sections because she was kind of going through more intense things and, you know, having to do some trials, which was very interesting. I love those types of things. It gave me a little bit of Hunger Game vibes, the way that she was doing the trials and she was in these elaborate costumes and, you know, all that. It kind of gave me some Hunger Games vibes, which I really appreciated. And I just loved it. It was action-packed. Once I got used to the world, which took probably about 100 or so pages in, I was, you know, just kind of getting used to everything and how things were being laid out and, you know, what was actually going on and who all these characters are. But once we got past that, it was just, I could not put it down. I absolutely loved it. There are definitely aspects about both of these points of view that I really loved and appreciated. And the way it ended, I really cannot wait for book number 2 to come out, and it doesn't come out until May. But as soon as it does, you better believe my hands are going to be on that thing so I can see what's going to happen next. I absolutely loved it. I'm definitely be looking more from this author, and it was just fantastic. So definitely a 5 stars. The next one that I predicted was Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys. I used to own this book, but I actually gave it to a friend because I'm going to be looking out for the hardback so that all of my Ruta Sepetys books will match, because I do have her other 2 in hardback as well. But this one is a historical fiction for young adults, and it is following a train that is in Lithuania. So this is definitely, you know, it's a World War II story, but it's from a different part of the world that people don't really talk about all that much when they're talking about World War II. It's usually, you know, Germany and stuff, but this is in Lithuania and it's following some refugees who are put on a train and kind of taken around different places and dropped off to be slaves, basically, is what they are. They are doing hard labor and getting practically nothing in return. And you follow a specific family and kind of what they're dealing with and who they're meeting along the way and what's happening. And it was so heartbreaking. It was so heartbreaking what this family has to go through. And I definitely gave this 5 stars. It's not a happy read, but it is beautifully told, and I absolutely loved it. The next one that I predicted was Winter Garden by Kristen Hanna. And this one, again, I gave this 5 stars. Like, I was on a roll this time. I absolutely love this book. This is another historical fiction book that follows a family, and their father has passed away. So it's a mother and father and then 2 grown girls. And the father passes away. He's kind of, you know, the glue that holds this family together because these 2 girls do not have a very strong relationship with their mother. It's very strained. It always has been. They never really felt that their mother truly loved them or even likes them. And there's this very specific reason why their mother is like that, which you kind of start learning throughout the book. And their father's kind of dying wish is that their mother would open up to them and tell them her story and why, and, you know, what has happened to her in her past that causes her to be like that. And that ends up happening. She goes through and she tells them things that she had to go through. as a child and as a young woman. And oh my gosh, ooh, you understand why she's like that. And it's really about them kind of rekindling their relationship in that way. And I loved it. It's again another story that surrounds war, but it is just, oh my gosh, it's so beautifully written. And just the things that this woman went through is so terrible. And I can't imagine how she even survived it, because I don't think that I would. But yes, I absolutely loved it. 5 stars. The next one is On the Island by Tracy Garpus Graves. This one I actually read on my Kindle because I had it on my Kindle, and then after I read it, I went and got a physical copy. I actually found this at Goodwill. So I grabbed it because even though I've already read it, it's something that I would like to have on my shelves because I gave it 5 stars. You guys, I gave this one 5 stars too. So this follows a woman in her 30s, and she is a teacher, and she is asked to come to the home, or a summer home, of a very wealthy family. They have a son who is in high school, and he has fallen behind a little bit in his classes because he is recovering from cancer. I can't remember what kind, but he has cancer. Because of that, he missed a lot of school. And so she is hired for the summer to come to their summer home and kind of catch him up so he doesn't have to repeat any grades or anything. So she takes him up on this offer because it's a chance for her to get away. She's kind of having some issues in her personal life that she would love to escape from. So she definitely takes them up on this offer. And you are following the teacher and the kid who are flying to the summer home, and it's taking multiple places to go. So they get on this seaplane, which is a plane that takes off from the water, and they're flying to this island. However, the pilot of the plane has a heart attack and the plane goes down, and they end up deserted on an island. There's nothing there. There's no habitats. No one's living there. They're completely by themselves. No one knows where to look for them. And it's a whole thing. So they're stranded on this island together, and they're having to survive. And I could not put this down. I loved it so much. I flew through it so quickly. I thought it was really, really well done. It's a little bit of a taboo topic because it's a teacher and a student. And they're the only two on this island, and they're there for a while. So feelings start happening, right? And it's kind of natural, but the way that she does it is so smart and very respectful, and I really appreciated that. It wasn't just, I'm going to put them in this situation because it's going to raise some eyebrows. Like, that wasn't what it was. I really appreciated that she wrote it this way. And I could not put it down. I loved it so much. I really did. There's also a short story that goes along with this, which I need to grab here soon. I believe it's only, or actually I think it's on paperback too, but I'll probably just read it on my Kindle. But yeah, so loved it. I can't wait to read more from this author, and it was another 5 stars. And finally, the last book on my 5-star predictions was Pieces of Her by Karen Slaughter. And another 5 stars. Every single book on this list was 5 stars for me, and I'm really happy about that. Okay, so this one is Karen's newest release, and this follows a girl and her mother, and they end up in a really sticky situation in public. I won't tell you what it is, but something really kind of tragic happens to them while they're at a restaurant, and the result of that is causing this girl to learn new things about her mother that she never knew. And she's realizing she really doesn't know who her mother is or what has happened in her past that makes her like this. And so she's putting things together and kind of, stringing things together about her mother and her life. And it was very good. You also go back to the past. You go to the mother's point of view from when she's going through these things. So you're seeing what's happened, in her past. And I really, really liked it. It's not my favorite Karen Slaughter, but it was still a 5-star read for me, especially the ending. I loved the way that this ended, and that really solidified the 5 stars for me. But yeah, so I love Karen. She's not led me astray yet. And again, 5 for 5, 5 stars. All right, guys. I made some good choices on that one for sure. I'm not sure if I've ever had a 5-star prediction follow-up that every single one was 5 stars. This might be the first time that that's happened. So I'm very pleased with that. Okay, that's going to be it for me. Let me know down below if you guys have read any of these books and what you gave them. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Make sure you go check out Lindsay's and see what she read and see if she did as well as I did this month. I'm really excited to see what her results were. All right, hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you again soon. Bye.